Yes, we're on. Good video.
Okay.
So you're welcome. Hello, hello.
Thank
We
you.
are
Give me a minute.
by
Now I'm
him
getting the
for
glitch.
first time.
Give me a minute, yeah.
The sound is not good. I can't hear him. You want to say something? See if you're on?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, okay. I need to share my screen. Hold on a minute.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you want to welcome? Welcome. Click.
I can't seem
The
to
video has to be on.
get out this. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I think Rosalind knows you better. We have not met with first. Hold on, meeting is being recorded. Something bling, bling, bling. If I hit you're on, but I think if you have screen to share, we don't see that though.
Okay, give me a minute.
Okay, sure.
Make Rosalind co-host too.
Yeah,
So.
make Rosalind co-host. No, that's not the one. You click here, Pat. And then you look for Rosalind. You look for Rosalind. R, go for R. Go down. Ah, there she is. Click her. Make her co-host. Okay, good.
Okay, Rosalind, your co-host.
Two, yeah.
Okay, are you able to see this?
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
Okay, sorry for that.
That's smarter.
Yes, we can see your slides already, Farid.
All right, thank you very much.
Go ahead. I think we can see the
Okay.
slides. I
Okay,
think
good
you're
morning,
good
everybody. Good
to go
morning.
ahead.
For people in
Good
Singapore, good
morning.
morning. For people
Good
in
morning.
the US, good evening. Can you hear me?
Hold on. Yeah, I know. We're gonna mute all the people that are signing in so we don't get messed up. Mute Pat Sung here. Bayani Ba, we're mute.
I think everybody has to please mute and then get rid of the ding sound when people comes in, and then we are good to go.
Yeah, hold on.
Margaret,
I am
sorry,
doing
this
that.
morning I can't be the co-host here. But I can get it set up and get it going.
Yeah, it's done. Okay. It's the Glingding song is gone. And yes, we muted everybody, and whoever comes in will be muted upon entry, unless they unmute themselves. So we're here, we're going. So we want to introduce a young man that we're meeting on Zoom, that he's going to teach us everything there's to know about burning fat smarter, a busy
Right.
project. Here you on, Ahmed.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Pat and Margaret, for inviting me to share today, this morning. Good morning, everybody. In Singapore, good morning. In the US, good evening. My name is Farid. You can call me Farid. I'm a body architect, and today I'm sharing how to burn fat smarter, a busy professional's guide. Okay, are you all ready? All right, let us get started. So this is my story. When I was 37 years old, as I mentioned, I am a trained architect by training. Okay, if you know the architectural practice or profession, we work really, really hard, and oftentimes we work really late into the night, and sometimes I have to stay overnight in the office and go back early in the morning. So our work is really hectic, and because of that, I tend to neglect my diet. I neglect my exercise, and I'm under a lot of tremendous pressure and stress. And it took a toll on my body. As you can see here on the extreme left side, that was me when I was 37. Thank you, Pat and Margaret, for saying that I am young, but I'm not really young. I'm over 50 actually. All right. Um, so when I was 37 years old, I was really looking for solutions. I ended up being overweight and looking like that. And I was quite distraught because being in the architectural profession, all of us like to, look at aesthetics and like to look good. but looking like that, I was quite disappointed, right? And when I look at my photo, the one with the hat, I realized, hey, I had a double chin. I've never had that for so many years. So I was looking for solutions. And lo and behold, my wife's friends came over one day to our house to do a presentation on new skin. And they put out this machine called the Carada Omron scanner. And I was quite surprised and I wondered what that was. And I stepped on the machine and I discovered that I was close to 80 kilos. But what struck me and shocked me was that I was actually 10 years older in body age than my real age. At the time, I was 37 years old, but my body was registered at 47 years old. So I was alarmed. No wonder I'm feeling lethargic and tired all the time. So they introduced to me this program called TRA, and I took it up. My wife is a doctor, and she's asking, "Hey, how come you take take that program? Don't you think that it's a bit too costly?" So at the time, I was not even thinking about cost. I'm just very, very keen about losing my weight and fats. So I said, "There's nothing to lose, my dear. What I'm prepared is to lose my fats," right? So and thankfully, after that 3 months of diligently taking the program, I lost 8 kilos in weight. But I was really, really impressed that I lost 6 kilos out of that 8 kilos in fats. And it took just 3 months to do that. If anybody were to imagine how 6 kilos of fats were to look like, it's actually 24 blocks of butter. For those who do baking, it's actually 24 blocks of butter. So try imagining placing 24 blocks of butter on the table. That's how much fat I lost in those 3 months. And I'm really impressed by the program because even after 10 years, I still managed to maintain my physique. I don't gain so much. Yes, of course, there's always up and down. Our habits sometimes, waver here and there. But then in those 10 years, I still managed to maintain my healthy weight and my BMI. So now, at the age of 51 plus, I am currently a body architect. I help a lot of people shape up like me, especially professionals who are in the same line, who have the same predicament like me, who are stressed out and need solutions to be healthier and lose weight. And I'm also a slow run coach. Together with our team, we help people, especially in my community, because a lot of people in my community need help. They have sedentary lifestyles, they have poor knowledge about health, and unfortunately, they form the biggest proportion in the hospitals, and therefore our team really make it a mission for us to help a lot more people. And recently, our efforts in slow run, we were awarded this plug. The government recognized our efforts in helping out a lot of people to lose weight. Yeah. So this is what I have. This is basically my story, right? So often we begin by asking our prospects some questions because we cannot just straight away launch into like, okay, presentation, right? So we often ask them these questions. Are you unhappy with your current health and body weight? Have you tried to lose weight but failed? Okay, yo-yo. Do you find it hard to maintain a healthy weight? Do you find it challenging to adopt healthy eating habits? Do you find yourself snacking mindlessly? Okay, this is very, very common. Are you constantly stressed out? If you answer yes to all these questions, then you are in the right place. I'm sure among us here, there are new people, right? And who are also seeking solutions. Then I think you are in the right place because what I'm sharing later on will definitely help you. So the aspirations of a lot of people, it is based on a survey done in Europe. 1 out of 2 persons actually want to lose weight. More than 50% men and women want to lose weight. In fact, more women want to lose weight. 69% of women and 59% of men indeed want to lose weight. That means the market is huge, right? You may be sitting in a room of 10, 5 people just want to lose weight, but they may not want to share it with you. So maybe you have to ask them further. So why people want to lose weight? Majority of them wants to lose weight because they want to improve their health. Most also want to feel better, more energy, fit in their clothes better, change appearance way less. For me, I just want to feel better. I just want to have more energy and I want to fit my clothes well because when I went to Dubai, I was wearing size 34 pants, steadily growing from size 30 when I start to work. From size 30 pants, grow steadily to size 34, the inch, right? 34 inch. But then the sales assistant said, "Sir, I think you need to wear size 35." So that was really, I would say, a humiliating episode for me because I've always been slim, and this person asked me to wear size 35. I was really, really affected by that. So I was really looking for a solution. So whatever reasons you might have, it have to be a strong reason for you to embark on this journey for you to lose weight. And I'm glad that many people actually want to improve their physical health in order to lose weight in order to improve their physical health. However, the reality is like this, right? Many people, at the start of the year would subscribe to gym membership, but then by February, by March, a lot of them will just start to have excuses and not go. And maybe at the end of the day, we are so tired, we'll just be resting on the medicine ball instead of doing the workout, right? And then many people say, "I didn't make it to the gym today." Is that true for many of us? If it's true, just say yes, yes. All right. This is unfortunately true. Many people have health resolutions in January, but by middle of the year, everybody start to waver and then start to go back to their old routines again. And then the other thing is this thing about 9 to 5 work. 9 to 5 work is a myth nowadays, okay, especially in modern society. There's no such thing. I think in Singapore, especially, 9 to 5 is no longer existing. Now it's 9 to 6, and majority of us young people work 9 to 9 p.m. That's the common thing, right? One does not simply leave the office at 6 p.m. When I was working, I left the office at 6 p.m., which is the contractual working hours. I have to leave by 6. But then my colleagues were saying, "Hey, Farid, you're leaving early today." 6 p.m. is considered early, okay? And not only that, because we stay so long in the office, that's why we miss we lack sleep, and then we don't have our proper meals. And the other thing, social media is also another thing that makes us sleep less and less. 1 a.m. still doom scrolling. If you're making content, not too bad. But if you're just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, commenting until 1 a.m., then it's still bad, right? And if you need to work the next morning, you may not have enough sleep. Okay, talking about just now, some people don't go back so early. They may go back early at 6, but then they continue working in the night in their house. Okay, after putting the kids to sleep, then they'll be doing their work again. So it continues until midnight. And not only that, because they do such work late into the night, they're also snacking. And this snacking is also mindless because as you are doing your work, you eat the potato chips, and sooner or later, one bag of potato chip is gone, just gone, right? In fact, there's a survey conducted in Singapore. Nearly 40% of Singaporeans report gaining weight since the pandemic, since 2023, right? And more so among young adults from the age of 18 to 30. Okay, I am a father of 4 children, and 3 of them are already in their late teens and early 20s. And I know because kids at that age love to do gaming and social media, and they often stay up until 2 a.m. to do so, right? So this is common. And the other harsh reality that we are facing is that obesity is on the rise. Okay, you can see here 1 out of 8 people in the world are living with obesity in 2022, and the rates are rising. So I think in 2025, I think the rate is much higher, and you can see that USA, Saudi Arabia has 40% obesity rate. That's very, very high, right? And you can see most of the developed countries have this issue about obesity. Affluence result in obesity. So obesity is a disease. You may not what you call it, display all the symptoms, but it is already a sign that you're going to have that is considered a disease. In my Malay community, when someone is oversized, people tend to associate it with health. It's like you are eating enough. But when someone is skinny or lean, it means that that person is not healthy. So you know during Hari Raya events or gatherings, sometimes relatives ask, "Hey, how come you look so slim? How come are you healthy or not? Are you really eating well? You know." So that is also a cultural thing that we need to overcome. So obesity is a sign, or rather it raises risk that you will get infertility, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, hypertension, arthritis. All these are metabolic syndrome diseases, right? So how do we measure up? If you may think that, okay, I know all this, but where am I currently in this spectrum? Am I obese? Am I overweight? Or am I all right? So our team will normally look at body mass index. Okay, the natural way to do it, initial way to do it, is to look at body mass index, which is weight divided by height square in meters and kg. And for Asians, the healthy BMI is less than 23. For Caucasians, is less than 25. All right. So you can see here that the healthy range is between 18.5 to 22.9 for Asians. And obese, and we are considered obese only when your BMI is more than 27.5 or 30 for Caucasians. Right. However, we cannot use okay, so it's all about body composition. So our team also use a Carada scan whenever we meet prospects. We have this chart here. We look at body fat percentage, we look at visceral fat, we look at the age as well as body age, and the skeletal muscle percentage. So we have for women and men as well, and we also look at leg muscle percentage. After we get the data, we compare the current body weight and the current body fat percentage against the ideal. So they are able to see where they are, whether there's a disparity or not. So now I'm going to explain what these parameters are in order for us to explain to our prospects. So the thing is, when people say they want to lose weight, then you got to ask them, so if you want to lose weight, what actually do you want to lose, right? Because the human body, it composed of muscle tissue, essential fat, non-essential fat, bone, and other parts, which is organs, water, etc. So what do you actually want to lose? If you look at this diagram, what you want to lose is the non-essential fat, because the non-essential fat doesn't reside in your body rent-free. It creates a lot of inflammation in your body and creates many potential health risks. So that is the main component that you want to get rid of, because if you get rid of your bone, you won't get strength and mobility. If you lose muscle, you also won't get mobility and you won't get strength. So we have to tell our prospects or potential clients that, hey, you are actually looking at fat. Don't say I want to lose weight, but say I want to lose fat, because the fat one is the villain here. Yeah. Okay. So we give them this chart. If you don't know, if you haven't measured your body fat percentage, this picture could give a guide to you. For women, a healthy body fat percentage is 30%, and the ideal is 25%. That means looking athletic and lean. For guys, it's 20% and 15 to 17% for the ideal. Okay, if you want to have abs, then definitely you got to go below 15%. Okay. So this is just a general guide for us to see how much body fat percentage. And majority of us, okay, would be in the 25% to 30% range, right, for the guys. And fat also, there are three types. This is, and why it is important to distinguish the fat, because the more the more important fat to reduce is actually the visceral fat. And the visceral fat resides around our organs and resides behind the visceral wall. This one is contained inside and is difficult to reach. And the one underneath the skin is called the subcutaneous fat. Okay, visceral fat, if it's, and we use these markers below 7 or 9 for men, is healthy. For women, below 5. Why women lower than men? Because men tend to deposit the fats in the stomach area, whereas women tend to deposit the fats in the hips and thigh area. So in our culture, in Malay society, there's this terminology called perut jalan dulu, right? Translated to the stomach go first, because usually men in their 40s and beyond, they develop this huge paunch as a result of the visceral fat or belly fat being there. So it is important for us to distinguish this. because subcutaneous fat could be is less harmful than visceral fat, and subcutaneous fat could be removed by liposuction, which in itself a risky procedure. But visceral fat, if you want to remove it, you got to alter your nutrition, your lifestyle, and this, right? So this is where we want to emphasize to our prospects that, hey, you should be looking at visceral fat. If it's more than 9 or more than 5, you jolly well got to do something about it. And so women are usually pear-shaped because they deposit the fat in the hips and thigh. They are usually more pear-shaped. Men are usually apple-shaped. So what you call pear is right. So, but we notice that a lot more women are looking like apple shape, and that shows that there is a hormonal imbalance already. So you need to educate them about this and really inform them that if they have such measurements, they really got to look into this, right? And so we also look at muscle mass. For men, typically it's between 33 to 37% based on the Carrada Omron scanner, and for women it's 24 to 28%. And as we age, we will lose muscle, right? And when I talk about muscle mass, I don't mean that you should look like Arnold Schwarzenegger, because we have also scanned younger men in their teens, 18 or 14 or 15. Their muscle mass, their lean muscle mass is about 37 to 38%. So it's not about looking big, but it's about having the lean mass, right? So it is important to have muscle mass because muscle gives you the strength. So if you have low muscle mass, that means you will be weaker and you'll be less mobile. And the most important thing is you'll be having this less ability to burn fat, because muscle burns more calories, and fat. Okay, look at these two pictures. Here is 2 kilos of muscle and 2 kilos of fat. Fat occupies more volume than muscle at the same weight. So if you are focusing on losing fat, definitely you look more toned, right? Like I mentioned the other time, I lost 6 kilos of muscle and it's actually 24 blocks of butter. So that's really a huge volume of, that's why I look so different after the 3 months. Right? So this is very important. We need to lose fat, but we should not lose muscle, because the muscle is the one that burns the calories and burns the fat. Other than that, when we scan our prospects, we also let them scan themselves on the biophotonic scanner, because we are looking at overall health. We are just not focusing on losing fat. We also want them ample protection against free radicals. So we use this S3 scanner, and as you know, 50,000 is a good score, whereas 10 to 20,000 is a very poor score. When I did this scanning session in my old office, out of the 50 people tested, guess what? Only 2 were in the good zone above 50,000, right? And majority of them were in the poor or the very poor, the yellow or orange scores. This shows that the typical Singaporean is really, really stressed out. And design architects, most of them are in the red zone because they really hardly sleep and hardly go back. And those 2 ladies who got the blue score, they are project secretaries who go back on time and they cook their meals in the office. So it really shows, and it really shows the difference. And the good thing is that this is not related to age at all, because my mom, who is 75 years old, she is in the blue zone. Her score is 65,000, and she falls to 50,000 when she doesn't have enough sleep, and then she'll be complaining, hey, how come I'm 57,000? But I say, hey mom, you're still in the good zone. Majority of Singaporeans are in the poor or very poor zone, right? So why is it so difficult to lose fat? You look at the picture here, this man is actually lean, but he's having this, what do you call it, the fat pouch there. So he is like what you call the skinny fat person. He is lean, but he still has the fats. And why is it so hard to lose fat? So you can blame it on biology and lifestyle, right? So this first factor is gene expression. You look at the picture on the right, that's me as a 17-year-old student. I was really lean because I have my dad's gene in me. My dad is a lean person. Unfortunately, I also have my mom's genes. My mom's side, right? My mom's our brothers, all of them have big tummies and big backs. So if I don't take care of my exercise and my diet and my nutrition, I will very, very quickly gain a lot of weight in those areas, my front and my back. And that's why at the age of 37, from being skinny at 17, I became like that, like a huge teddy bear. That's why I was alarmed, right? So it has to do with nature. Okay, I have the genes, but if I were to have a healthier lifestyle, which is nurture 70%, I will definitely be healthier and leaner, right? This cartoon says it's not that obesity runs in your family, it's that no one runs in your family. Sometimes it's also the family habits. You could still have the genes from your relatives, but if you also adopt the same kind of cooking style, the same style kind of lifestyle, definitely it will perpetuate throughout the generation. So whenever I say yes, gene expression does play a part, I would say nurture will also play a part. Lifestyle will definitely also play a part. So I would say nature is 30%, nurture is 70%, right? And then next is chronic stress. When I say chronic stress, it is stress on a daily basis, never ending. And that is what many people, working people, professionals are experiencing. Even parents also with small children, right? So chronic stress increases cortisol, the hormone, right? The stress hormone, which activates belly fat storage, which means that you have visceral fat. And then when you are also stressed, you tend to eat munch here and there. Why? Because your sensitivity, your leptin sensitivity, sensitivity, the leptin is a hormone that enhances satiety. That means making you feel full. So it reduces the sensitivity, and therefore you don't feel full easily. And so because you're stressed, you tend to eat mindlessly, and sooner or later you gain weight, right? And the other thing is muscle loss or sarcopenia. I mentioned before, after the age, as we age, we lose muscle. So after 30, we lose 3 to 8% of muscle per decade, unless we do resistance training. If you look at the gentleman here on the right side, he's actually 75 years old. Okay, 75. I'm now 52. I still have 20 years to go to reach his body physique, right? So it gives us a lot of hope. If he's 75, he still have muscle and then his tone. But the majority of us, when we get older, we tend to lose our muscle because that is biology. So having less muscle, it means slow metabolism, and then you gain more fat. You lose your muscle, you definitely gain fat by default. So when we use the Carada scan, we are able to see that many people in their 50s are already having less than 30% of body fat, and that is quite worrying. Yeah, that means they are aging faster than they should, right? The other thing is sleep deprivation. This is also, like I said, you go back so late and you stay up so late, you will be deprived of sleep. And less than 6 hours of sleep messes with your ghrelin, the hormone that makes you, it makes you hungrier. Okay, leptin, it kills your satiety, it makes you want to eat more, and also messes up with your insulin and makes your body store fat. Okay, so you eat more, and then because you sleep less, you are tired and you move less, and because of that, you also have catabolism. That means your muscle will break down. So you have muscle loss and weight gain. So they have done this study um, where without any weight training, they split these two groups of people. One, they want to see how sleep affects muscle and fat loss, right? So one group sleeps 7.5 hours, whereas the other group sleeps only around 5 hours. And after the period of time, they realize that the people who sleep only 7 hours, both groups lost 3 kilos, 3 kilograms, but the group that lost that slept only 5 hours, the percentage of the muscle is 80% out of the 3 kilos weight loss, whereas the other one is almost 50-50, muscle and fat. So it shows that with lack of sleep, you are actually losing more muscle than losing the fat, right? So for whoever wants to lose fats, we really recommend you to sleep at least 7 hours. So the other thing is caloric surplus. We know for sure that we have to avoid soft drinks, we have to avoid highly sugary foods, but sometimes we tend to forget that there are certain caloric surplus inside our diets, just like too much salt, too much fats hidden. And worse, if we are, eating foods that are marketed as health products like granola bars, is high in sugar and we don't realize, and we thought it is fine to eat. And even healthier snacks also, if you take over the limit, it will add up to the caloric surplus. So this is one thing, right? So, and mindless snacking, again, it will also activate the inflammatory genes, and then it will make us store fat. And many people say, hey, I can exercise, what, right? Okay, I want to eat, so I exercise. But you need to know that exercise, exercise cannot outrun a bad diet. You see here that you need to exercise if you want to get rid of all these local foods, delicious. Singapore has a lot of really tasty local foods, but they are all high in calories. A bowl of laksa can be 700 calories. And in order to burn that, you got to really run 1 hour, 600 calories. I just did a 10-kilometer run with my friend. And after that exhausting 1 hour run, I only burn around 600 kilocalories, friends. And the sad thing is, many people after exercising, they reward themselves with the meals that are on the left side, and it tend to be a zero-sum game at the end. Worse if they gain more calories after exercising. So, if you want to exercise, you also got to look after your nutrition as well. So, really, like I said, exercise can never burn. You need to take care of your nutrition. So, in summary, right? In summary, these are the solutions. If you want to burn fat, mindful eating, you got to manage your stress, you got to sleep well, 7 hours, you got to exercise, especially weight resistance training that builds up your muscle, and you got to align your healthy habits to daily routine. What I mean by doing this is that if your daily routine is to wake up and brush your teeth, then align some healthy habits such as exercising. So you wake up in the morning, before you brush your teeth, you do some push-ups or stretching, then you can make it a habit as well. So these are the solutions. All right. So is that the end of my talk? Unfortunately not, because all of us, we know that our lifestyle is super hectic. We eat lots of processed food still, and we don't have the time to exercise, and we don't have time to take care and rest, and also take care of diet. This is a reality, folks. Modern people, 21st century, we are also stressed, and therefore we need support and help. And thankfully, we have help and support, and this is still a mission slim possible. If you look at the lady on the right there, on day one, she is apple shaped. She has a protruding belly, right? But after taking the program, in just 1 month, her belly is significantly reduced. You can see that. So and she's not really that young. She is in her 40s maybe, right? But it gives a lot of people with that condition and that age a lot of hope. So I find that what we are doing is indeed giving a lot of people really much hope. So we need to thank New Skin and LifeGen Technologies for doing the research for us. Okay, just to speak in layman terms, okay, don't want to get too scientific when we explain to prospects. They have discovered a way to reset our gene expression. So a young gene expression, many genes will be active, many genes are switched on, right? As we get older, many genes will be switched off. So for example, the genes that's responsible for producing black hair, luscious hair, will be switched off when you turn 40, and then you get gray hair, and then you get balding head. Okay, so that's the thing that happens when we get old. Many genes are switched off. But the scientists in LifeGen has discovered a way to switch back on these genes, what you call the youth gene clusters, by using ingredients from foods. So by taking in the foods, you are able to switch back on these genes again. So that's wonderful, right? That means a person like me who's 50 can now operate like a person who's 20 years younger, 30-year-old person. That gives a lot of people some hope, right? So because of this study, they are able to produce so many products based on the technology. And that is how it get introduced into this program that is called TRME. TRME is upgrade version 3.0 because the first one is TRA and that helps so many people already. Then we progress to TR90 and now we have TRME. Why me? Because it's more customized. And I believe in the future, we are going to have even more customizable products that relates to your personal gene expression. So this is the current wonderful program that we are now helping our customers with, right? Our friends and relatives. And it has been number one in Singapore for 8 consecutive years. And that means it has produced so many testimonials. So we do not have to worry because we have a track record. For a program that is not advertised on media, on TV or anywhere, I think it's done a really wonderful job. If you look at the guy on the right side, extreme right side, the one with the red jersey, that is a friend of mine. Okay, he weighs 99 kilos at the start and he loves to play soccer or football. We call it here football. He loves to play football, but because of his weight, his 99 kilos, he's often relegated to being the goalkeeper because don't need to move so much. And that frustrated him a lot. And he had this sad episode where his brother-in-law at the age of 35 passed away in his sleep due to sleep apnea. 35-year-old left our world with 2 young children. So he told himself, hey, I'm not going to be like this too. I'm also 35. And if I don't take care of myself, I may suffer the same fate. And that's why he made the decision that day to take up this program. And after 6 months, he dropped more than 10 kilos. And now, because he is leaner, he could enjoy his football game much better. So that is one. Then the person on the at the back there, he's 59 years old and he's been struggling with his weight for so long. And just by taking this program, uh, he managed to lose more fats than his actual weight. That shows that he also uh, gained some muscle. But at the age of 59, to achieve that, that's remarkable. And then on the extreme left, you see that daughter and mother, you know, the lady in the blue shirt. Do you think that's mother or daughter or sisters? That's actually the same person, okay? That's actually the same person. In just 3 months, she's transformed from a mother to a daughter. She really transformed so much in just 3 months. So it has helped many, many people also build up their self-esteem as well as their health. And the persons who introduced to me the program are the 2 young ladies at the front there, the twins. We call them the Wonder Twins, Rosanna and Rosani, the ones in the blue and the red scarf. I'm really, really thankful to them for having sponsored me in this business and introduced me to the program earlier, right? Okay, so what is this Tea Army all about? We have so much drama in our life. We just want it to be simple and not complicated. So we are so thankful that it is a simple 90-day program, but most importantly, it is also sustainable. That means we are not going to have yo-yo issues whatsoever. Okay, it's sustainable. And it is focused on losing fats and gaining muscle based on a simple 3-prong approach: simple eating plan, advanced nutrition, and simple exercise plan, right? So the keyword here is simple and sustainable. Nothing complex, nothing too complicated, because that will put a lot of people off, right? So what do we have in the nutrition? This is the Tea Army package. We have Jumpstart. Okay, the Jumpstart is some sort like a catalyst. It quickly makes your body prep up to receive all the good nutrients and crank up your metabolism. And we also have My Age. My Age controls your appetite, so you won't be like looking for food. Okay, controls the hormones that make you want to eat more. And you also have a healthy response to your meals. We have Trim Shake, which is a fantastic, highly soluble protein shake, comprising 20 grams, right? It comes in 4 flavors. And I just had that for breakfast, tasty chocolate. And every time I go for my workout, I'll take Trim Shake, right? We also have MC Complex. It helps you to build or maintain lean muscle and improves your resting metabolic rate. That means build your muscle as well as makes you burn. We have CS Control. It controls you from snacking. In fact, somebody was somebody was reporting that after taking this CS control, they look at their favorite snacks, but they don't feel moved by it at all. Usually they will be like, wow, I'll be taking so much. But now when I look at the food, I'll be just looking at it nonchalantly. Isn't that fantastic? That means it's under control. And the other thing is also controlling the stress, control the stress. So, in other diets, so-called diets, a lot of people will be stressed. Hey, what am I going to eat? Or what am I going to do next? But people who take this program, they feel at ease, they feel calm, they don't feel so stressed. And because they don't feel stressed, they are able to manage their stress. Their cortisol level also goes down, and that's why it helps to cut down their visceral fat as well. And the other thing that we have in this program is the Life Pack. It's a comprehensive mix of antioxidants, minerals, and vitamins so that our antioxidant score is improved, and we also have a good protection against free radicals. So we are looking at this package as a holistic, healthy approach. It's not just about losing fat, but it's also about making you really, really healthy, right? And if you're asking me, okay, what are the ingredients? Are they safe or not? So I tell them, hey, look at all the ingredients. Mulberry leaves. We have saffron, one of the most expensive spices, right? We have pomegranate, red orange, turmeric, curry leaf, and moringa leaves. These are actually used in Indian cuisine, curries, right? So, and we also have prickly pear. So if people ask me, what are the ingredients used? I say, hey, we are using foods that are well known throughout centuries that have powerful antioxidant and health benefits. So we have nothing to worry about, right? You don't need to like go too deep into the science. You just tell them that, hey, these foods, right? They have been known for generations. They are healthy and they are really good for you. So don't bother too much about whether it's not safe or not. So these products, these ingredients are already proven to be safe as well as effective. Okay, and then the next one, I say simple eating plan. Easy, just divide your plate into these portions. It's all about portion control. Last time when we ate for breakfast, it's quite typical in Singapore to eat those fried noodles. Okay, the noodles will come in like one big lump, and then after that, you're going to have little tiny bits of fish cake. And when you isolate all the fish cake, which is not really fish, but more flour, you just get a few slices. Where's your protein, right? And then they also give you a few slivers of cucumber. Two, two slices of cucumber. Is that enough? Definitely not enough. So if you eat that kind of meal throughout the day, what kind of nutrition are you getting at the end of the day? You are getting more fats rather than the nutrition. So for us, we propose this simple eating plan so that people, it's easy to adopt, and it's also sustainable. Whatever diet that you're taking, you just divide half into fruits and vegetables, fiber, so that you can get the fiber, you get the moisture, you get the vitamins and the antioxidants. All kinds of vegetables is good, especially if it's colorful, right? And then after that, you have one serving of protein this size. So that will be your chicken or your meat or your fish, right? And you have your carbo in that small cup pump, right? So that's it. Three meals a day, right? 3 meals a day. Just follow those portions. And then for your drink, just have minimum 2 liters of plain water. You know, if you want to really cut down, you really got to cut down on the sugar. And by carrying a tumbler of water everywhere you go, you don't only save your calories, you also save your money. Because in Singapore right now, inflation is really, really worrisome. You really save a lot of money by just getting a tumbler of plain water. All right, just follow that. And if you're hungry, you just take a little bit of snack in between your meals, healthy snacks such as fruits, right, or vegetables like carrots, whatsoever. That's all you need to do. No need to weigh your food. No need to think too much about the calories. Just have this simple eating plan. And for exercise, like I said, we carried out slow run during the weekends and also during the weekdays. You can see that we do that in our sports hub in a stadium. We've been doing that for several years, and we have participants as old as 70 years old as well. So we do slow run because slow run helps to activate our calf muscles and promote lymphatic flow. And that means our fat get disposed better, right? And all we need to do is 3 times a week do exercise. 30 minutes per session, and have a beats per minute, 130 beats per minute. That's all you need to do. So if you're so busy, no time, right? All you can even do in 10 minutes, 7 minutes, 5 minutes. If you see an escalator and a staircase, take the staircase. If you see a lift and a staircase, take the staircase. If you drive, park somewhere further, park there, and then walk to your destination. So these are the things that will help you still burn your calories. At least get yourself to do some movement. We don't expect you to subscribe to a gym membership, but as long as you do certain movement throughout the day, you are already filling up this quota of having simple exercise. All right. So these are all the testimonials that we have. You can see on the left side here is a doctor in our team, 40 years old. Unfortunately, he loves to eat, so he got overweight, right? And after taking the T-Army, now he's 43, but looking like a 23-year-old man, right? And we have the other testimonials as well. They lose, you can see they significantly reduce their belly as well. And for ladies, like this, for Malay women, usually they are mostly sedentary, but for her to, the one on the left, bottom left, in just 15 days, you can see so much improvement, right? And you can see what you say uncles in Singapore term, older men over 40, uncles, losing their tummy as well. And even if like Chloe, she just lost 1.4 kilos, and out of that is 0.9 kilos of fat, just like that, just less than 1 kilo of fat. But look at her transformation. It's really a lot of difference, right? So these are all the testimonials. Like they say, a picture speaks 1,000 words. So you may not need to go too much into the science, just show the testimonials. People will definitely like agree, yes, it's effective. And so I would really encourage people to undergo this thing called a body renovation. You get 90 days of supply for the whole package. Okay, what do you get? You get free coaching and consultation from the person who introduced you this program, right? And the good thing is that coach also has undergone that same program, so he or she knows the full thing. Your experiences will be mutual, will be common, and he knows how to solve your issue, right? And we can also conduct scanning, antioxidant, and body composition for the 12 weeks that we are with you. Not only that, we also have a free T-Army app to do remote tracking, because we know that we can't, sometimes because of your hectic schedule, we can't meet you every week. So we have that T-Army app so that we can do remote tracking. And also if you're geographically at a different place, if you're in US and your coach is in Singapore, it still can be done. That's the wonderful thing about having this app. So you are paying not only for the products, but you also get all this for free. But the bigger bonus is you get leaner, you get lighter, you get toned, you get stronger, you get youthful, you have more energy. And because you have more energy, you're more productive. And what happens is when you get more productive, you get more things done. When you get more things done, the amount of money that you can earn is also more. So definitely you can earn back, right? And the bigger bonus, the other bigger bonus, there are many intangible benefits. You make people healthier, you make people happier, and when people are happier, they also pray for you. They will say, God, please make this person have more blessings. So it's a very blessed journey that we have. You make more people healthy, make people happy, and you can jump with your wife in the parks like what I did here, right? So, and the good thing is this program can be taken as on its own. But if you want added support, New Skin provides other products as well, such as the nighttime in our Mind 360 promotes restful sleep. We have the Well Spa, which promotes the fluid flow and fat disposal, and we also have Reset, which promotes the gut and metabolic health. You can add on to your to these products to the program if they want to have more health, or after completing the program, then you can also help them with these other products to sustain them in the long term, right? So that's the end of my sharing. I hope we can all discover the best versions of ourselves all the way into our senior years, not only just for us, but for our community, our family, and friends, right? Thank you very much. I think that's the end of my presentation. I hope it benefits you.
Wow, very good. Wonderful. Oh my God.
Thank you.
This is really good. Anybody has any questions? I think we should look at, hold on. Wow, there are 42 messages. I haven't looked at it yet.
Sorry, I've not seen the chats.
Yeah, I don't think anybody has any specific questions. Anybody has any questions? Better ask now. Yeah, everybody liked it. Look at that.
Thank you very much.
This is great. So we have to ask you to share again sometime, you know?
Somebody
Oh,
was
we-
saying I don't smile. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Hold on. I think we should do a gallery
Yeah.
and let's take a picture together. Hold on. Yes. Okay, I think Rosalind is not on, so I'll take a picture. Everybody on? Yes, great. Hold on. Okay, first picture. There's only one page? I thought we had more than that. Oh, this shows it differently. How about that?
Three pages.
Yeah. I know, but it's on my screen, it shows up and down. Oh, the second, nobody's showing their face. Audrey, Kathy, Lily Ing. So we only see these blank things, but that's okay. That was great. And no one have any questions? If we don't, we have to thank Ahmad Farid. And this is a conclusion for this is our May session. Today was a
Marguerite,
yes.
I think there is a question.
Oh,
Somebody is asking if they can take the army during pregnancy.
good question. Do we know the answer? Farid, do you know?
I think it is better that during pregnancy you take life pack so that you get the nutrition, and then after the pregnancy you take the TRME. But then again, you still need to ask the company whether it is advisable for you to take it or not during pregnancy. But I would advise you to maybe take the nutrition first, the life pack during pregnancy, and then after the pregnancy, then you may opt to take the TRME.
Yeah.
That's
So
my take. I could be wrong though.
So I do have a question for the lady. I didn't see the question in
She
the.
said, can you take the TRME when pregnant?
Okay, so why would you want to lose weight? Are you having so much fat that you want to get rid of when you're pregnant? Who is asking the question?
Allison.
Allison. Oh, Allison from US? Hello, Allison?
Yes, hi. So there is a friend that is overweight and she is pregnant now, but she just found out that she was pregnant. So it's yeah, well, not TRME, but TR90, I guess.
I'm not
from
so
the
sure it's a good
US.
idea. I'm not so sure it's a good idea to lose weight
No,
while you're
right?
pregnant.
Yeah.
You better talk to
Yeah.
your doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's a bit overweight. She's like 60 pounds overweight than she wants to be. So, okay.
I think she
There's
should
more
just,
reason. There's more reason for her to consult her doctor.
Yeah. Okay. I'll let her know.
okay,
Thank you.
okay.
Okay.
So, perfect. If we don't have any more questions, let's thank you, Farid. And
Thank you very
then,
much.
yes, we
Thank
might
you very
we
much, Farid.
invite you to speak again sometime in the future. All
Yeah.
right.
Thank
Appreciate it.
you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
It was fabulous presentation.
Thank
you.
you.
Very, very
you
good.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Have a good weekend.
Thank you,
You
Farid.
too. Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you, Farid.
Bye. Oh,
Bye.
good morning,
Bye.
everybody.
Yeah, good
Good
morning.
Good morning.
Good
morning.
morning.
Friday here.
Happy
Yeah.
weekend.
Thursday night here in US for the moment. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye. Thank you.